just tell you, my childhood, which was pretty normal until 1938, actually. My father owned an egg store, just eggs. That's what they had in those days. You just go to egg store to buy eggs. And they closed his store, I think it was in 1937, I don't remember exactly, 37 or 38, when they closed all the Jewish stores. So he spent the time at home, and I went to school until Kristallnacht, which happened in November of 1930. A group of two SS men came somewhere around 3, 4 in the morning. They woke us up, and it was in November, so it was a very cold day, and it was very nasty. And my brother, who was at the time 6 years old, and he suffered from asthma. So my mother was begging the guy, please, don't make us go out because my child will get sick. And they just said, well, dress him warm, which you did. And they took us to the local police station. And as it turned out, we found out they were rounding up all the Polish Jews, and my parents were Polish. And my brother and I were German because we were born in Germany. They didn't care about the German Jews yet at that point. They were shipping all the Polish Jews out to Poland, where then they put them into ghettos. My parents were told they could let my brother and me go, which they did. They sent us away, and because they didn't know whether they'd ever see me, because again, they sent us to my cousin's house, who was German and hadn't been rounded up yet. And then I don't know, they took them to it. From this local police station, they took them to a big jail. And they separate the men and the women. And my father was very smart, and I guess he took a chance because he had nothing to lose. And he told the guards that he was a very sick man. And they asked if there was a doctor there. One of the other Jewish people there was a doctor, and he came out. And they said, examine this man. Well, they knew each other, but they didn't show that. And he examined my father and said, yes, he's a very sick man. Well, my father had been wounded World War I, so it's not that he wasn't sick, but it was exaggerated. And it was just a miracle. The guard said, okay, you can go. And then I said, my father, thinking back, he really had a nerve. He said, well, I really can't be without my wife. She knows, she's the only one that can take care of me. She's the only one that knows what I can eat, etc. And then next thing you know, they came over and they told my mother about it, because my mother didn't know anything about it. She was ready to faint when they called her out, because she didn't know what they were calling her out for. But she came out, and next thing you know, she met my father, and he said, just don't say a word and follow me. And they just ran out of the building. Right, they pulled back, and they came over to my cousin's house. And then after that, well, we had tried to come here before this happened. All the papers, all the affidavits, everything was ready. And then my father went down to the American consulate to get the visas, and the American consulate said the quota for Polish Jews is closed. And since my parents were Polish, they said, we'll put you on the list for next year. And of course, between 1938 and 1939, when we were finally put on the list and were able to get it, the Kristallnacht happened, and it could have been that they never would have, made it. But as I said, I don't know, miracle, luck, or whatever you want to call it, we came over in 39.